Okay, take two. I'm back out here in the garage. I'm going to slip this bumper back on, and I'm going to start fabricating some of these tabs. So, man, I got to move that. I don't think I have all the bolts in there. It's supposed to be like that. There you go. But, what was I going to say? I'm going to start fabricating some of these tabs, get an idea of what I want to do. So, well, let's see what we got. This is a oops moment. This is where the straps came from. This is where the straps were when they made the tank. I mean, they moved to wherever you want. If I leave them here, the plate, nice demo plate, huh? That's for Sidel. The plate will definitely, the license plate will definitely cover both the straps. Okay? That's not a problem. Where I bolt this to is a problem. That's going to be out over here. Oops. My angle ends here. So it'll be bolted to here. That I'm not happy with. So I'm going to move these straps inward and see what I get. I don't want to go too far inward. You know what I mean? Luckily the denting in the tank is actually the back of the tank, because that's it sitting level. So you'll never notice. This has just happened to be where they were when they built the tank, because when you take them off there's no paint on them. But I want to see if I can get this edge on this side, so that'll be moving them. It looks like an inch wide piece, but I can roll maybe a half bigger than an inch. Yeah, an inch and a quarter. So I'll be moving them an inch and a quarter over, inch and a quarter over. That's 3 inches closer in. And still won't line up with it. Still won't line up with it. But the question is that's okay. I got enough. Oops, I got enough bolt that if I run them right here, so whatever's going to be right here, because I can bolt them here and then still run my plate to here, even if I put a spacer between it to make up the distance for these two things. I don't want to move the straps all the way in here. I can see how it looks. Let's see how it looks. I know it's not going to have any effect on the way it sits, so I'm going to mark this thing real quick. Amazing, this is the exact width of the plate. You got to remember, the plate isn't going to be right under it. There's a section of bumper in between. It's going to be hooked to these. So, yeah, that would be too cheesy. I ain't using the tabs, but okay. Let's see what I got. Okay, quick measurement here. I actually used the front of the car. But it's 7 inches from center hole to center hole. That's using the actual 2 upper holes on the car. So I brought this to approximately 7 apart. It's actually, each one of these has to go out an eighth in either direction. Gave them a quick centering, and that can be off just a smidgen. But I brought them 2 inches from the edge, so they have to be 1 inch and 7/8. And that'll put me dead center, whoops, on the 7-inch mark. I don't think they look too bad like that. I think they actually look nice. It makes the tank look a little bit more proportioned. I think it actually gives it a nicer look. This side's mint. This side's got a little tiny flat spot right there from them doing whatever. And then when they actually pinch it, is on the bottom. You're not going to see it. So I gotta get those tab things off before they scratch the heck out of my car. So this is what we're looking at. Whoops. So I'm gonna clamp those 2 tabs sticking way up. See if we can figure this out. Like, I'm not gonna be able to hold the camera and figure this out. Sorry guys. And I still don't know where my tripod went. No clue. Seemed to have lost it when I cleaned the garage that day, about a month ago. Okay. Slip the bar up like this. And the nicest way to mount it is to have the bar come up behind the bumper and then come back down on an angle downward. Then mount it to it. I'm going to put 2 tubes. So this is what I came up with. How I accomplished that is, if you look, put a notch in it. That allows me to bend it. Okay. Still 90 degree. You know what I mean? It isn't tweaked left or right. And when I get the angle exactly where I want it, just run a bead of weld on the bottom without ever breaking the top here. It looks nicer on the top. And this will allow me to fine tweak it. Or else, how do you hold it there and do all the tack welds? So, and there's still enough meat there that I could bend this a couple of times. Now I'm hoping I can bend that one to match this one. That's our goal. So let's see what we got. Okay, this is what my mock-up is. Piece of round tube, fully sanded all the way around up to the top. I just didn't do the top right now. My bar bent. I didn't weld it yet. I made a space down over here with this piece of tape during my mock-up. Laid the VW Martin or VW Bus 8 clamps here to hold it in this thing. And I just threw 2 tacks on it. I'm going to slip those behind the bumper. I spaced them up using my little stick. And that's it. Let me give this one a quick weld, a quick tack, and we'll continue mocking. I know these have to be ground down just a tad for them to work. So you can see one side shallow, one side's tall. So I might just give those a quick sand. Then when everything works out and I know everything's good, then I'll put the curves back in and make these edges look nice and all the other good shit. Weld this and machine the side so you don't see it. But let's get it worked out first. I actually might want to do something on the back here. It is touching this lip down here. It's always been pushed back in the center just a hair so you don't notice it. But I'd like to get it off that. How I'm going to do it, I'm not sure yet. Might actually nip it, put a slit in it, put a plate here. So there's a big gap here and that place could just sit a quarter of an inch forward. So it's just touching it on one side, the other side just misses it. So we'll see. How's something like that working out? Obviously, it's not going to sit right exact here, but just to show the plate's going to cover everything. Obviously, these are going to be cut nice, and whatever. And like I said, we're going to do all this, put a nice weld on it. But let's see how this works out. I made these spaces the same size as the original, 1 inch. So, but I know those tabs are going to hit here before the bolt goes in. So we're going to have to modify those real quick. So, got it spaced apart. 6 inches here at this point. I could be off just a tad. But we're 7 on the center. Like I said, that's the center hole for those things. Right now I am only clamped through the bump right here. I am not hooked to this plate by any means. From what I could tell so far, the plate needs maybe 1/8 of an inch spacer. But I was talking about working on these things. I might just space the bumper out. If I go 1/8 of an inch, it'll correct all my problems back there. So then I'll just make new spaces. So that's the easiest way. And get full strength. So that's it. Like I said, that piece always had a tweak in the center there. So that's it, guys. Let me see if I can get this tank on there. I don't know how much more time I got tonight.